Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to talk about some news. Yay! We've got a few little bits of news we need to be catching up on, a few things that have been happening in the Pokemon trading card game over the weekend. And I don't know about you, but I think Monday morning is a pretty good time to catch up on the Pokemon news that happened over the weekend. Starting off with confirmation of something I told you the other day, that Mewtwo promo, the Reverse Holo Brilliant Stars promo, in a shocking twist, is not turning up in game. For some reason, some people were tweeting last week that this was going to be a promo that appeared in game in the UK. There was never any reason to suggest that. There had never been anything said about that. And moreover, these kind of promos don't turn up at game. The Jumbo Charizard? Yes. That was always going to turn up at game. Game gets the Jumbo promos. But this one, it was never going to happen. I told you that in the UK, these promos tend to turn up in either Waterstones, the bookshop, or WH Smith's, the stationers, and would you believe it, they're in WH Smith's. Exactly as we might have expected. The image on the screen comes from lovely Stephen Kent, he of Playscape Games, and I've told you this like a million times. Good YouTube channel, good web store, good bloke, make sure you check him out. And you have to spend £10 or more on Pokemon TCG products in store, and you get your card. I am personally annoyed about this, because I've tried to get promos from Smiths before and failed comprehensively. The WH Smiths in Cornwall, where I'm from, are absolutely rubbish at promo cards, and they'll do things like tell you they might have them in stock, and then make you wait around for half an hour, and then tell you that they don't, but they're coming in a couple hours. So then you go back and they actually didn't come in on the delivery. So then they'll ring you when they're in stock, and then they ring you telling you you're in stock, and then you go all the way back to the shop having been told they're in stock, and the person you speak to has absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I have never actually gotten the correct promo card from Smiths. A couple times they've given me some random older one, but I have never gone to WH Smiths when the promotion has been running and actually got the promo card. But generally speaking, within a couple of days, there'll be someone on Facebook who is selling an entire box of them for, well, far more than they should be, put it that way. So if you're in the UK, check your local WH Smiths, but whereas companies like Waterstones and Game are competent at handing out promos, WH Smiths really aren't. So good luck, because I'm going to try and get this one from my local Smiths, but I hold out little hope. If anyone lives in a part of the UK where they have a competent Smiths and actually can get hold of one of these, send me a message on Twitter, would ya? As I said previously, wherever these kind of promos, like the old Snorlax one, wherever these tend to pop up, like in WH Smiths in the UK, this is where they should be, so go and double check sooner rather than later, because you don't want to be missing out. So that's kind of fun. You know what else is kind of fun? Over the weekend, we had the first regional championships that happened in a couple of years. We finally had an actual, real-life, in-person regional championships that actually happened, that was real. Yay! And it was won by Natalie Miller, who you should know as somebody who has been phenomenal in the Players' Cups while we've not been having in-person tournaments, clearly solidifying herself as one of the very, very best players in the world. Shockingly enough, went and won the whole thing with Mew. And if we look at the top 8 here from the lovely folks over at PokeStats, and I've told you this before, but I'm going to tell you this again many times, if you want tournament results for the Pokemon TCG and you're not following PokeStats, you're doing something wrong. The dudes over there are amazing. So that was the entire top 8 with seedings going into top 8, and you'll notice we've got 4 Mew decks, 3 Arceus decks, and a Galarian Moltres Inteleon deck that played Arceus. So we might talk about this more in the coming week. It really depends what's going on with various things. But essentially, Mew and Arceus are by far the best decks in the format. We are getting close to having a 2-deck format. What I will tell you is, hold your horses just a tiny bit, because it's the first in-person tournament we've had in a couple of years. So let things settle out. Let's have a few more tournaments. Let's just see what happens as we keep going. We will get there. We just need to, give it a little bit of time. But while we're talking about cool things, because really, if we're going to talk tournament results, that should be its own video. I just wanted to pop it in here quickly. If you're wondering about the swag from Brisbane Regionals, there was a stamped reverse holo Boss's Orders Giovanni and an Arceus V-Star playmat. Now, obviously, the Arceus V-Star playmat is just using the artwork from the Brilliant Stars booster pack featuring Arceus, which is really kind of cool. And you'll notice that the other day I showed you that one of the playmats for the upcoming Team Challenge was actually featuring Shaman. And it was obviously the Shaman from the booster pack artwork. That was a qualifier mat for the Team Challenge. Now we've seen Arceus coming in as the participation mat from Brisbane. And I'm not telling you this is absolutely, definitely 100% happening, but it does seem like we're missing Whimsicott and Charizard mats now, doesn't it? So there are a couple more regionals coming up in the not too distant future. They will probably end up having Arceus playmats as well. Anybody think we might see Charizard at the European International Championships? Could do. I mean, that's the one I'm hoping to be at, so I wouldn't mind a Charizard match, just putting that one out there. No idea if it will actually happen. It's one of those wait-and-see scenarios, but you should expect the next couple regionals to just have this Arceus playmat. But then for the EUIC, which is coming up next month, and I'm so excited for that. I really hope I manage to make it. Before the EUIC, you should be expecting things to be a little bit different. I'm predicting Charizard. I have no real reason to think this, so, it's one of those take it with a pinch of salt things, but I'm thinking Charizard. Now, speaking of, I want to say cool things, but I'm not sure how cool it actually is, but I need to tell you because I bring you all the news here. We have had the portfolios revealed for Astral Radiance. Yeah! And this is actually kind of bad news, alright? Now, what we've got is the 4-pocket portfolio, and on the front, we have got your first partner Pokemon from Legends Arceus, and on the back, we've got the logo. And then we've got the 9-pocket portfolio, which on the front features the first partner Pokemon from Arceus, and on the back features the Pokemon TCG artwork. And I don't know what's going on here, because, according to the lovely Primal Lugia of Poker Guardian, and they tend to be pretty gosh darn good at this stuff, this seems to be the only Ultra Pro portfolios that have gone and been revealed for this set. Other than the mini portfolio, which is also, and actually, to be fair, just for a moment, if we put the mini portfolio side by side, the Brilliant Stars one had the booster pack artwork featuring Arceus, whereas the Astral Radiance is just a boring background with Dialga and Palkia. And I'm sorry, I have got to take exception to this, because Dialga and Palkia are not in their regular forms in Astral Radiance. Neither on the booster pack nor on the cards themselves, they are in their origin form. So not only is it a super lazy portfolio, but it's actually using the wrong forms of Dialga and Palkia, and I know that we're doing kind of a Gen 4 crossover and a Hisui crossover, Sinnoh and Hisui, and I know that Dialga and Palkia are featured in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and they are in those forms. I get that, I don't care, because we've always had the booster pack artwork on the mini portfolios, and frankly, the booster pack artwork is better. And I feel pretty confident saying that. But if we go and have a look at the Brilliant Stars portfolios, we see what we're used to. The 9-pocket has the Charizard artwork on the front, the Whimsicott artwork on the back, and the 4-pocket has the Arceus artwork on the front and the Shaman artwork on the back. It's the 4 booster pack artworks, but put in bigger form on there, and it's actually really cool. It's really cool artwork. I love that they do this. I'm sorry if this sounds mean, but this new one is horrendous. They've got the stock images of the 3 first partner Pokemon on the front, and on the back they've literally just got the game logo. So what, every set from now on, they're just going to change the background a little bit, and then the back is going to be exactly the same? And they're just going to put stock images of some of the Pokemon on the front? Like, is that what we've come to? Oh, yeah, and the 9 pocket and the 4 pocket are going to be exactly the same other than the size of them. I mean, I've not always been particularly kind to Ultrapro and their products. Some of them have been terrible. And I'm sorry, but some of them really have been bad. We've had those ranges like the Enchanted Glade range, which is literally just like a stock background with some stock artwork, the Kensugamori artwork on the front, and that's not cool. But then lately, they've been doing some really cool stuff, like their Arceus range that they showed us the other day, with, you know, things like the deck box and the portfolio that are actually really quite tidy, and I like them quite a lot. And these are actually really nice products I can totally get behind. And they've shown us lately they can make some really cool products. And then they make this. I've liked the Ultrapro binders for years, because what they do is they take the booster pack artwork, they blow it up a little bit, they put it on the binders, and they look awesome. If this is what they're doing for the binders now, this is I would say a step back, but it's more like a running leap back where you then fall over and roll for a few yards. It's rubbish. I'm sorry, I am not a fan of these, like, at all. Oh, and there's a Shaman poster. And we're probably not going to get the Shaman poster. Sorry about that. Feel free to be upset about that. It's up to you, honestly. But as it stands at the moment, there is a Shaman poster. It's being given out in the Netherlands, as these posters tend to be. And as it stands at the moment, we've not heard news of them being released anywhere else. Doesn't mean they won't be, but it is quite likely, I'm afraid, that they won't, because we've seen these posters coming around for a while now. And generally speaking, they tend to be kind of a Netherlands, and I think they might turn up in Belgium in some place as well, and that's about it. Spend €20 on Pokemon trading card game products over at Top 1 Toys in the Netherlands. Get this Brilliant Stars poster featuring Shaman. I've not heard of it coming anywhere else, and we've seen a bunch of posters recently that have been promo products, and we've not, unfortunately, seen them coming anywhere else after. So I think this is one that, unfortunately, we are going to have to just accept that we're not getting. And we can be sad about that, by all means, but it's one of those things, unfortunately. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know. That's the news for now, and I want to hear from you guys. How much do you like the promo stuff they gave out at Brisbane? How upset are you by a 2-deck format, or is it not a 2-deck format? How easily do you think you're going to get hold of that Mew? And how rubbish do you think these new portfolios are? Because goodness gracious me, I am disappointed. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.